All right.
So
Hey.
my favorite part of the podcast is when you're looking at your phone, uninterested in whatever's not like about you.
I try to be better about that,
I'm gonna make like a.
but
like
I genuinely don't care about anything that isn't me.
I'm gonna make
We know.
like a clip of
You
like
made this
every time
podcast
you're
just for
looking
you.
at your phone on the podcast.
Yeah, okay, that'd be fun.
gonna be-
I'll share it to my 13 followers.
Content.
Yeah, this is my idea. So really, I feel like I can flake off in the middle.
This is
every
the
now and
opposite of
again.
what should happen.
Oh, well, how should it go?
You should be the most invested. This was your idea.
Oh, no. I like to like do stuff.
Oh no, poor baby sat in traffic. He's done his part.
That's true, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome.
This can't stop, should stop.
We'll stop.
Might stop soon. Guys, I'm Bailey Pope.
Can't stop.
I'm Peter Angelo.
No one likes me. So, how was your week?
Say who you are.
I'm Neil Rubenstein.
Oh, good.
It's in the description. No one needs.
They need to.
I like when I don't want to like name names of podcasts, but like a podcast will be like, "Oh, we have a surprise guest today," and then they'll just refer to the guest as a surprise the whole time. And then the guest comes and like, "Oh, it's so and so," but it's in the description.
the
like
title.
We clicked on the thing, like we knew the whole time. You're not. it's like, hey, everybody, guess who I am? It's like I fucking know. I clicked on the thing that you're
Scrolling on my phone as you speak.
Just don't put Neil's name in the description.
Oh yeah. I should have done that a long time ago.
How's all right? We
Well,
start with a
done.
catch up.
Yeah. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, my week started off pretty shit.
Yeah, you've had a
Yeah.
But it
dude.
turned around.
Yeah,
Okay.
It turned around pretty good. So basically, Monday, I got the phone call that my job that I very much enjoy is closing at the end of the month, which that sucks.
Boo.
Tuesday.
I love that place.
Yeah. It was,
And they just started having comedy shows.
yeah.
Well, that's the
Oh,
That's why.
why.
no, that's the sign. Whenever a place is like, yeah, we should do a comedy
Should we
show.
try
here.
jokes?
Yeah, but see, they just were like, because they weren't the higher, like the people like really, really in charge. So they were just like, we'll just do whatever.
Yeah, because
So-
they knew.
No,
Next week is a foam party.
oh, that'd be great.
Teen night. Then they're really
I mean, it's closing, so come back. Well, half off beers, I think. No, I can't say that.
free beers. Go the last day. It's everything's free.
Yeah, that Tuesday, was told my 2 shows on Thursday were not happening.
Jesus.
And then Wednesday, like 2 hours before my show was going to happen, they're like, oh, something happened, and that's not happening either.
It's a regular March
I was
2020
like,
for you.
yeah, right, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you guys didn't enjoy that?
No.
So then, but then the next day, my buddy hit me up to come like close out a show, like a real small one in New Haven, but did like 30 minutes. It was a fun little show.
Who is that?
Musa.
Oh,
He hit me up to do that. And then Friday, I was literally in the process of like helping my boyfriend move some more of his stuff. And literally one of my friends who is like the house comic at the Bridgeport Stress Factory messages me. He's like, hey, big opportunity. It's in capitals. He's like, call me when you get the chance. Like, we need a host. I didn't believe it at first. I actually called one of my other friends to make sure that the phone number that was sent to me was the guy who messaged me. And luckily it turned out to be real, and I got to host 2 sold-out shows for Brad Williams.
holy
Hell
shit!
yeah.
Yeah, and they were awesome.
Did you get to throw him?
I did not try to throw them.
Well, I just think that would be a good photo op because
Yeah.
he looks like
Doesn't
he throws him.
Yeah, so did this entire crowd. This crowd looked like just union construction workers. Like I walked up on stage and someone yelled, "Get her done."
No.
And then when I did my January 6th joke, someone yelled "Proud Boys" and they applauded, which was terrifying.
You should have merch that says "Get him done."
Oh, I'm playing. Yeah, it's one of the things I want. I want
Yeah,
to.
get him done. Yeah.
I have a
What
joke.
do what do your knuckles say?
True View.
That's new.
We talked
We talked
about
about
that
this.
on the
You
podcast.
talked about getting it done.
No. When I came back from the trip, I had them done.
Not because I made
Oh.
fun of him for having knuckles before hands. which sounds like a good band name, by the way.
Knuckles before hands.
Yeah.
And then what's this though? Did I know this? That's always been.
I've had that for years.
Man, I don't pay attention to
You
anything.
fucking
That would
suck,
be rough
man.
if that was new.
What is that?
That's
It's just part.
Part.
Yeah. Part.
why.
Part of masturbation.
Yeah. No, it's now what it actually is makes me real creeped out.
What is it?
Because it's the initials of each of my family members.
Oh,
So it's my dad, my sister, my brother, my mom.
oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
You didn't
Yeah.
go with trap.
Nah.
Or wrapped.
Words are fun.
Yeah. Yo, honestly, like, not to like shift, but dude, words are awesome.
I mean,
Like, we all have the same set and we all do so much different stuff with them.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that like Shakespeare and the Migos use the same set of words. I just think it's so fucking
damn.
rad.
I mean, that's a good point, but it also is so grand to put us there.
Well, no, we have the same set. I mean, we don't do what either of those do, but
Sure.
like we do.
It is
Stuff.
interesting. I don't.
All right, whatever.
No.
Just shut up.
I like when I'm finally nice.
Yeah, well, she agreeing with you, and you're like, I'm not being
And you're
hurt.
like,
I don't
"Oh."
like this.
Yeah, I'm in a mood.
We know.
Sorry.
Tell
Traffic.
us, tell both of our listeners why you're in a mood,
Traffic sucks.
and just whining about it on our group chat. Just
To be fair, one block of text, and then a quick correction because Siri fucked up my block of text. All right. Okay.
I wasn't reading it.
I'm
enough,
in
I
here
guess.
like moving my apartment around for like 2 hours, and then Neil's like, I have to sit for a little longer.
I mean, yeah, if you put it like that, sure. But I
Should I
also
go back
picked,
to
She's
being
got it.
nice?
I also picked. No, I like this better. The other one makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that one makes you way more uncomfortable. It's getting nice.
Yeah. Although I do picture both of you guys like seeing the block of text and going. I'm just like, all right,
I do.
whatever Neil's saying. Is he here? No, next.
Is he crying? No. All right,
So the Brad Williams shows were sick.
they were
I
awesome.
can't imagine
They were
not
they
being
were
sick.
so awesome,
Yeah.
and like he was super cool, and his feature JB Ball was super awesome too. And but like, and the thing is, like afterwards, you know, all who are lining up to like meet him, buy merch, get pictures with him, and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of standing there like hanging out, and like every couple of people, they'd be like, "Can we get a photo with you?" And like I'm like, "Yeah," but in my brain, I'm like, "Why?"
I mean, wait, Brad. I mean, I feel like his followers would really like you.
They seem to like. I definitely got like some looks about halfway through my set where the people were like, "What is he being truthful? Is this
Wait,
real?"
you were just out with Ben Bailey for like 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a couple times where like you were taking selfies with him getting photos, but then you were in a lot of photos like that people
Yeah.
wanted to. Like, do you also feel weird about it?
No.
Okay.
Well, this is just like this is weird because like they weren't to him yet, and it wasn't even just like, "Oh, Pete, we want a picture of like the three of you." They would get pictures of like a picture with me, then a picture with
Oh,
JB,
okay.
then a picture with him. There was like a couple like some people at the end who like wanted a picture with all three of us, but there was one moment so it was like this family was gonna take a picture with him, and they wanted me in the photo, but then the mom who had the camera they were gonna take the photo with handed me the phone
Never.
to go to like take the photo,
Oh,
and then they
shit.
were like, but then they all stopped. They were like, "No, we want you in the picture too." I was like, "Oh, okay, this makes you feel a little better."
Yo, this is gonna sound shitty, and maybe I should say it off camera. Never take the photo, ever,
Luckily, I didn't.
ever. Get in the practice of being like, no,
Yeah.
never.
I mean, I agree, but like, what's the
the reasoning?
You're
I mean,
very
there's
adamant about it.
1,000 reasons, but never take the photo. You're in the photo, or you got nothing to do with the photo.
Yeah.
I don't fucking take your photo.
Yeah.
I don't. It creates a hierarchy that doesn't need to be there. I would never ask you or you to take a
Yeah.
photo of
Well,
me,
Brad, like look at this.
and I would
Brad did
never-
not add like this wasn't. This lady just happened to
No,
hand
no,
me
no.
the phone.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
you just have to be politely be like, sorry. Be like, oh, I'm terrible at it, or oh, I've ate chocolate, or whatever the excuse is.
Yeah.
Make the excuse. Never take the photo.
Interesting.
It
That's
creates a
interesting.
hierarchy.
Okay, I don't feel like you are usually like that hard line about like
Yeah.
standing
Yeah.
up like
Wow, we finally found a
being like,
stance
no,
from you.
I fucking deserve
Yeah.
X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
the pictures that are that's the line.
It is.
That's interesting.
Like I'll take a picture of you guys, like if we're hanging out, like
Of
when
course.
it's when it's fan
Yeah,
involvement,
yeah.
like never, and And like
It's had to have stemmed from somewhere. They just like
It's
happen.
very
no,
specific,
no,
right?
I've been taught that.
No, okay.
I've been taught that through the years.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because once you take the camera to take the photo, then there's a line of people, and you're just taking.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Luckily, like one of the employees there was pretty much the guy taking the photos. This just happened to be like the very last group of people, and like I don't know, the woman just older lady just handed me the phone.
Also, like these days, like take the fucking photo yourself, dude. Like, what are you doing? What you don't need.
I actually
gotta
walked
shoot.
in the second show. I walked up on the stage, and the lady had her camera recording, but the screen was pointed at me.
What the fuck?
So I could see myself like a little monitor. I was like, "Lady, what are you doing?" And they're like, "It's her birthday." I'm like, "I don't care."
So weird.
And I asked where everyone's from. They're like Long Island, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You fuckers.
How was your trip? Your last run with Ben?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was killer. Yeah, he's a great dude.
You were like what, Ohio? That zone?
Yeah,
or-
well, it started at Wilkes-Barre Wisecrackers. My buddy Nick
Is it
has.
Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre?
I always pronounce it incorrectly, and no matter how I say it, it's the wrong one.
Oh, really?
So I kind of gave up.
Wilkesboro. I don't know.
Yeah,
Wilkes-Barre? Like
I don't know.
Pennsylvania.
in Pennsylvania.
Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah. Wilkes-Barre. I mean, it sounds ridiculous when you say Wilkes-Barre. And why is it
I feel
spelled
bad,
like that?
but I feel like I've heard. It doesn't matter. This is
Yeah, this is.
This is gonna be the clip.
Yeah.
Fun with words.
You started in Wilkes-Barre.
So I started there, just like featuring like a regular show, regular like weekend, and then I drove to Ohio to meet Ben. I did first though. I had so I was meeting him on a Thursday. I stopped in Columbus. Have you guys done the Attic there?
No.
no.
So it's above Late Night Slice. So it's like a pizza, like a late night bar pizza place, which is like a super cool hang. And then upstairs they have a comedy club, and it's like maybe 60 seats, maybe. And it's laid out like the old stand where it's like everything's to the side, like there's two people in front of you. And Jason Banks, he's like a big Instagram guy. He's got like 1 million followers or something like crazy. He does a crowd work show there once a month, and I just through happenstance, my buddy was on the show. I needed a spot.
Yeah.
They threw me up. That was super fucking
And
fun.
you don't. I remember you posted about you don't like crowd.
I hate crowd work. I hate crowd
Yeah.
work. But like, I'm always gonna do like.
And so that
Spot,
was
yeah.
that was the crowd work show that you were
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Was the audience
Killer.
like hoping to be involved?
Yeah, and not not the way, how like.
They didn't make it about them.
Yeah, you know how crowd work can ruin a real show?
Sure.
Yeah.
These people, if they were at a real show, still wouldn't have ruined a real show.
Yeah.
Like, they were very respectful of, like what are you going to do with this one word or this one nugget? Like, they weren't, like...
Constantly yelling.
Yeah,
it was like, here's the thing, and then back. Like,
yeah, you do a regular show, and you're like, hey, is anybody celebrating anything? And some woman's like, it's my 30th birthday, and I'm with my friend. This is my aunt, and we're from Pittsburgh. It's like, I asked you a yes or no. That wasn't like that. It was like, how do you guys know each other? We work together. Oh, and then the comic took a guess, and they were like, no, it was this thing, and then that sparked a thing, but it was very controlled. Like
That's
chaos.
surprising.
It really was.
I feel like
I
if
was
you're,
surprised
if
too.
you're asking an audience to engage, it's gonna get annoying.
because then it usually opens up, then everyone else is like, oh, I want to be involved.
attention.
Yeah.
But I think they knew that everyone was gonna get attention. I
Attention.
think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what was good about it.
Right on. I've heard good things about that club. Maybe it's the
room's
vibe
really
as well.
That room's real fun. Yeah, the guy
Columbus
Bo, who
is just a
runs
great
it, is
town
cool.
as well.
Yeah, Columbus
I
is a
really
great
like
comedy city.
Columbus.
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I met Ben, and Ben was great. Ben, the shows were great. His audience is great.
Sick.
Yeah, that's
Right on.
How about you?
Well, I mean, I've actually been in New York for 3 weeks, and it's been like really nice to be home for a bit.
Is that weird for you? Because
it's weird.
You're a bit.
Yeah,
of
I'm usually gone like at least every other weekend, and especially since my kid is in college now. And so I'm I didn't go to college, and so that's just weird for me in general.
Keep forgetting
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like starting like a new life in a weird way, but so now like I have like no need to be home like when when my kid's gonna be here, you know. But so, anyways, I've been home for 3 weeks. It's been really nice. But I went to Furnace Fest actually, right like after we did our last episode, and that was incredible. Oh, I met like everybody, Dan and Equal Vision, who put your stuff out, and that was like a lot of fun.
That was fun, like texting you and then them texting me. I was like, oh, you guys talking?
It was great too because I went alone. I went to this festival alone. A friend of mine was supposed to go, but she had to back out last minute. And I don't mind going to shows alone, but like going to a festival alone,
I don't know.
It's a lot of downtime where you're just like, well, should I just get demolished because I'm just alone? You know, like.
Is it lonelier there or like when you're on the road doing shows?
There, 100%.
Sure.
Because like, especially I guess Furnace Fest to me seems like a festival where it's got a lot more community vibes than a lot of other festivals. So a lot of people know each other.
And you didn't know many people?
I really didn't. I did eventually end up meeting some people through some Facebook group.
Did people recognize you?
There was, I think I had 2 different people say things about seeing me on something and not knowing where, but it was actually really nice meeting Dan and Equal Vision. Cause like I went to go talk to them and then they were like, stop by and like, you know, like if you need to just take a rest, like, and so I got to hang out with them for a bit. Dan's like really pumped about the idea of doing more comedy and stuff. So that was cool. And then some bands that I do know like were there, and so it was good catching up. Zayo is a band that I've followed forever, and they're like friends of mine now. So
I think they followed me recently because of
hell yeah
post.
Anyone like who are the standouts for you,
dude? Okay, Calisteo Boys actually
so
ended
sick.
up. They were so early in the day. It was criminal. They were like 1 p.m. But it was in the shed, and the shed is like, fucking. It just sounds so good and so. Just
is that the
doomy.
main stage, the shed?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense that they are the early show on the big stage.
That's true. Or it's not the main. It's not really the main, but it's like the one that like most of the bands that I want to see do that one because it's a little bit more like. The sound is like grimy and like it's more compact, so like the pit is like way more intense.
Do you mosh?
Did you get in the pit?
I get mosh? In there, but I don't dance anymore. Like I'm not gonna like get. I don't swing anymore for sure. But I do like I'll typically get closer to the stage and then just stepped on and shit. Like and it still like does a lot for me. But that they were great. Thursday played. War All the Time, and it's fucking incredible.
I asked Steve to come do the pod. So one day we'll get him.
Dude.
Come do it.
It was just great to see them do shit from like when we were young, and so they were great. Saw Better Lovers again. Fucking brutal. Just so good. I text you about it because I'd seen them a couple days earlier here in Brooklyn, and they like covered.
It was Rusty Cage by Soundgarden.
Rusty Cage,
which is pretty sick.
Dude, so many. Yeah, there's so many great bands there. So that was a lot of fun. Did no comedy. It was kind of like a weird break to be alone, not doing comedy, like in a city I didn't ask for.
Have you been to Birmingham before?
Just for that festival.
Have you explored the city?
Yeah, I did spots last time I was there. And went to I've had
5 Points.
5 Points, yeah.
So cool.
5 Points is super cool. I don't know why every city
I think we had
has
this
a 5 Points.
I think we had this conversation.
I do like Birmingham. I had a lot of fun there before, but then the comic that I did know that like hooked me up with a lot of the people there actually moved here, and so. I feel like that's been happening a lot. Like all my connects are like here. I'm like, oh, it's really good to see you, but what am I gonna do in DC now?
That's how you know New York's back.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming here again.
But that's been good. So, but yeah, this week I'm going to Baltimore and DC, and then a couple days after that I'm going to Austin.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing in Austin?
Altercation Fest.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and then
fuck
I'm gonna be at the Creek. I'm gonna be some other show. I don't know. I can't remember. I still need to fill out a couple days just because the flights were like $300 cheaper to come home like a day later.
Fill out a couple days in Austin.
Yeah.
What days of the week?
Yeah.
I don't remember right now. But yeah, we should definitely talk.
I went and saw Regulate last week.
Oh, so sick. Oh, with Tsunami, right?
Yeah. Fucking, I got in the last like 5 seconds of Regulate, someone kicked me in the thumb. But like literally the edge of my thumb, so my nail just got jammed back into my thumb. I was like, fuck. There was also like the human beings in this pit were tiny. Like I was like a monster in this thing. It was wild.
Someone just told me that they went to see. My friend Allie said that she went to see This Is Hell and With Honor, and she says that everyone was really
With
tiny
Honor was
too.
at Furnace.
Oh yeah,
really good.
Wait, where'd she do This Is Hell?
At AMH, I think.
I knew they were doing shows again, but I didn't know they.
She said that everybody was tiny there
Everyone's
too.
just the same height as Rick.
So so I guess like is that like a trend in hardcore now? Is that kids are getting smaller?
Maybe.
Would be great.
But yeah, it'd be fantastic. Like, the problem is like
I'd be a lot less freaked out because they're all looking like fucking the Young Brothers,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, guys, you're too big.
I was just, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not gonna pit. Like I went in a little bit, but I wasn't gonna like.
They were smaller
really
or young or both?
Both, I think. Although one guy was just a borderline dwarf. But
Was it Brett?
No.
Here we are.
Yeah, and but like I was like, I can't fucking swing. If I swing and hit one of these dudes, I'll fucking die.
Yeah, you've got some power.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just kind of push around and jump around and go a little nuts.
Is that a Banksy?
Yeah. It's a fake one. It's like a print of a Banksy, of course, but it's yes.
But they were sick.
Regulate's awesome. Yeah, very excited. I'm excited for Pain and Truth this week too.
Yeah, keep me. I definitely. I should be down as long as I'm free. I'm definitely down to go to that.
What day is that?
Tuesday or Wednesday?
Oh, okay.
What was the? You and Ian did Sam Roberts.
Oh, dude. So yeah, Wednesday, Pain and Truth at the Meadows.
Sweet. I should be free.
I'm definitely going to that.
Oh, I have wrestling. Fuck.
You have backyard wrestling?
I have wrestling class.
Oh, you're taking the class?
I've trained to be a pro wrestler.
I approve 100%. I met a guy who's a promoter for that on Long Island.
Yeah.
He knows all those guys.
Oh, no shit.
And might do some like in this corner stuff.
Oh, yeah, from re-announcing? Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Because I told him about my buddy Dr. Redacted. And
I
got to do it for him.
Yep.
And like, seriously, like still like one of the most fun things I've ever done with a microphone.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, you should come do it," and I was like, "Yeah, I should come do it."
Fuck yeah.
So hopefully I can come do it.
Do they have a microphone that came down from the ceiling?
Oh, that'd be so sick.
That would be really dope.
Yeah, I would have to probably throw it up over the rafter to have it.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, okay, let's
There was a thing, yeah. What?
I asked about like being
the
on
podcast
the Sam
or the
Oh,
series.
Sam and-
Yeah, I got Jim and Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You guys know Dubin, right? Or at least know of Dubin.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing is like. So I guess the producers of Jim and Sam are like hardcore kids.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So they know Dubin from that stuff, and then Ian's like a regular guest.
Yeah.
And so like Ian and Dubin became friendly because Dubin invited him out to that Taking Back Sunday thing on Long Island. And so it was just like a lot of connects.
Yeah.
And he was like, you guys should have Neil on because the special's out on EVR. It makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And they were like, okay. And Jim was off, so Ian fills in, which is like a huge thing for Ian.
Yeah.
And I got to go on, and it was fun.
That's awesome, yeah.
And then and then at it or after it, Ian was like, "Come do AMH," and I was like, "All right."
Yeah, I'm
sick."
surprised you guys haven't done more together or anything like that.
Well, so last year when we were young, I was doing an after party for Pabst, and I asked him to come do it because I saw that he was already going to be there because like Skankfest was like the week before, or the week after.
Yeah.
And he agreed, but then the show got the festival got canceled that day, so then our show became a pop-up show for Thursday in Bayside, and like they only had room for one comic, and Ian was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine." Yeah. And then it was terrible. I shouldn't have done it either. But
I'm glad. Do you remember I almost came out for it, like just for like
just to do
maybe
it, yeah.
like a maybe guest spot.
Yeah.
Well, you would have had fun at the fest. I would have been able to get you.
The festival's just
been
happened,
fun.
right? It was this weekend.
The second one was yeah.
Oh, it's October already. Oh, that's right.
It's the end of October already, Bailey.
I mean, okay. I should know that. I should know.
No, it's crazy.
I want to go to Sick New World.
I saw the.
That's all one day.
That's one day. Well, yeah, because
that's
it's
insane
the same.
to me. It's, like
it's the same as
brutal.
It's the same as the When We Were Young thing. It's everything's on one day.
Wait, I didn't realize
when we were young is everything's on one day, and then the second day is everything again.
Really?
So you can buy for one day and do just your shows.
So you're like, okay, I'm going to these 50 bands this day, 50 bands this day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay, that
I mean, that's better than like
a little more sense. That
it's still crazy.
That's still crazy. Because like Sick New World is so many fucking bands on it.
Because like it'll be like Bayside and Movie Life are going on at the same time. And you're like, well, I can't. I mean, literally can't.
Yeah, I feel like they need to like not have the same person, like the same listener, like having to make those kind of decisions, you know.
But you just know that everyone everyone who made like this decision on this day and this are in the same place. So it's like, oh, I went to this, and so did all these people, and tomorrow I'm going to see them at the other bands because we didn't see them.
Yeah,
it's the same.
So it's just the same. It's just the hat. Like everyone's just switching teams.
So last year, not to like shit on anyone, like I'm not trying to talk shit on someone, but the Rejects went up against Avril Lavigne.
That's my friend.
And Avril Lavigne was on like the mainer stage, and everyone was at the Rejects. Like it was sick. It was like really cool to be like, yeah, you know. But then their tour did sick too, so like they're just.
I feel like so I remember being younger, and when the American Rejects were like super popular, or like were huge, and like really radio friendly, and then I feel like they went away for a very long time.
Well,
did they
just
go away, or am I just
they just stopped doing as much, and Tyson started acting, so like his availability was less, and like people weren't going to concerts the way people are going to concerts now. Like there was definitely like a lull with live entertainment. Yeah. Like
I just remember them being like one of the bands. Always on the radio, always on the music videos.
I mean, still like anytime you go into like a mall or like a store where they're just playing like pop hits. Yeah, you'll always hear a Rejects. Yeah. It's like their zeitgeist.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? And this tour did sick. This tour was like huge rooms, like huge spaces.
Is that a band you were into?
They're just my buds.
Oh.
That always it just does always kind of surprise me when it's like you're like, oh, the American Rejects. I'm like, that just didn't.
Well,
it didn't like.
That wasn't what I would like.
It
put
wasn't
it be a band.
thing that I was into.
Me, Mike, and Chris did a project with Derek from Brand New and Matt from Motion City, and it's stuff that we would listen to. And that's what Mikey's a punk rock kid. Well, Mikey and Chris are both punk rock kids, like growing up. But Mikey's like a punk rock nerd. Like he's like, he has like an encyclopedic knowledge of punk rock. Yeah. And so like,
I feel like there's always at least like one or two guys in bands like that that go like huge mainstream. There's always like one or two of them that are like, that's what they make almost isn't what they would listen to. Like,
oh, totally.
But there's a sensibility in there.
For sure, for sure. But I'm saying like that they always are like deep dive encyclopedic knowledge of like punk or metal or something like.
I was actually I met up with Shane Torres the other night. We were talking about this thing too. Is like I don't know. I did this a lot, and I've talked about this, but like I robbed myself of a lot of shit that I thought was lame.
Me too.
Like,
oh yeah.
Because I just was like, oh, this isn't old enough, or it's not like
Motion City
hardcore enough. Yeah.
Motion City was one of them that I listened to it as an adult, and I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. This is great.
Dude, Saves the Day. Like was one. Like actually, Taking Back Sunday was one too. Like I was just like, oh, this is like a little too adorable for me. Like it's not.
Like Paramore.
I never got into Paramore.
Yeah, I never did either.
I definitely got into it.
I listened to the album
in the last 10 years.
Yeah, like I was like, then I listened to like the first album. And I was like, oh, this is much better than I thought it was gonna be.
She did a thing though recently where she was like shitting on emo.
Yeah, well,
and I was kind of like, that feels like a very 25-year-old girl thing to do. And like, you're an adult and you made your whole career on emo. Like, you know, maybe give them a little bit. Like, I'm like, emo gave me a career twice. So emo is cool. Like, that might not be my genre of choice, but like those kids, that fan base, love you guys. Like, huge fan of emo fans for sure.
I feel like just the term emo is like being used a lot again in like a way that doesn't make always a lot of sense.
No, because now the whole thing is the whole like elder emo thing and stuff like that. And I always see like people like
senior citizens.
Oh my god! But then I always see like people like post about it. I'm like, nah, I don't believe you. I don't think you were. Like a lot of people.
Oh, you were. Yeah.
I'm like, I do not believe you at all that you were emo. Just because you now like, just because I don't know, even because there's like a resurgence of bands and people.
But they're like their high school prom song was like an Atari song. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, I was emo. It's like, yeah, but you weren't like.
Yeah.
But you are.
These emo nights. I just said it's like those all those emo nights are now super popular.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's all because at like one party, some dude played like one song that everyone happened to know, and now it just turned into this big thing. Like one song that everyone knew, and I was like, oh yeah, I used to be emo because I listened to fucking one sad Blink song.
Wait, did you guys listen to like scrams? Like, okay, wait, did you ever know the term scrams?
No.
Like, I'd never heard that until probably the last 5 years.
I just hearing it now.
Really? Okay, so
Same.
it's a new term to me, but evidently it's been around. People seem to. A lot of scrams is what I thought was like emo, where there was still like screamy shit, but then it was also
they were calling
like
it
cute.
screamo. Like when
there
I
was that too.
Up,
yeah, I remember screamo for
Thursday
sure.
was considered screamo.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean.
But the term screamo like never really, I don't know, it just like never, because everyone just like labeled whatever was screamo, and it never really got a like actual traction. I feel like
at first I thought screamo felt like what like your aunt calls your music that you seem to be really
100%, absolutely, yeah.
Pots and pans. Just sounds like pots and pans clank. Like, I mean, that's a fair point, Ma.
Yeah.
How do you know what they're saying? I don't. I mean, actually, you just have to be into it. You don't understand.
That's true, though.
I mean,
but that's true for like all genres. Like, if you go, use Migos again, just because like it's something I just said, right? If you play Migos for like your grandfather, he's gonna be like, I don't understand anything he's saying. But it's like if you listen to that, you know that like skirt just means like, you know, like skeet, and like some like your mom back then was like, what the fuck? And you're like, oh, it's never mind.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't
to
want
be
to explain this.
translated.
But that's actually literally, you know what they're saying. They just don't know what it means.
Right.
Whereas then a lot of like hardcore metal and stuff like that, it's just not being able to you could be like, oh, what was the word?
There's
no
sometimes though, like there's a Suicide Boys or a slum lord,
what?
Ski mask,
Don't give them anything. Let's see what happens.
Whatever. There's those kinds of guys who like they mumble like a little yachty, like they mumble a little bit. You're like, all right.
Isn't it Suicide Boys?
Suicide Boys.
Yeah, I never.
They mumble.
I never got. No, I'm asking if you actually listen to them. I never got.
I mean, I've heard them.
Although we were during my road trip when we were in South Dakota, one of the girls that worked at like the Harley's clothing apparel store was like complimenting me that I had like a real Suicide Boys look to me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'll meet people who I think are us, and they'll be Suicide Boys fans. Like my buddy, you guys know Max Price from St. Louis?
Yeah. He's great.
But like, if he was walking with us, you'd be like, oh, that's 4 people who listen to Dillinger.
Yeah, not the same.
But
like,
he listens to Suicide. Like that's why he looks how he looks.
Yeah.
But
he is
it's
like
a similar look.
Is
he younger than? Is he like younger?
Is he
than
a
us?
little
younger.
younger? He's a little younger.
He's like
He's probably your age, maybe. Maybe even might be older than you.
No, that's surprising for Suicide Boys then.
Yeah, but he's like, he's probably better looking than I am, but depending on who you ask.
I'm glad you went that way with that.
But he like looks like he could.
Yeah.
Hang with
We did a fest together in Indianapolis, and I was like, oh, like we're gonna get to know each other, and we did. Like, and he's super dope. But like, we don't we didn't have what in
The
common.
music, yeah,
what I thought we would.
Well, it's funny too because like Suicide Boys, I always see pop up on like Revolver and like different like metal publication sites and stuff like that.
Because they do that
do it.
festival once. They do like a touring festival basically.
Yeah.
It's like I think they call it Grey Day. I think that's their thing.
Yes.
And like so, I mean, Knocked Loose has done it. Code Orange has done it. Like I remember, so Knocked Loose. I think it was Knocked Loose did it like as they were popping. So like Knocked Loose would do like these like huge amphitheater shows opening for Suicide Boys where like people were going absolutely bonkers for them, like they were, and then they would do like a VFW hall show the next day where like people would go fucking, and it was just such a cool like, oh yeah, it's punk as fuck. Like I don't care, like that's, I don't care who you're on tour with, what you are, like that is a punk fucking move. Like
Code Orange just put out a new album.
That's good.
They did.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I was like, you're like, oh, this doesn't sound like it from this era. Like it's almost like imagine if like Slipknot, Korn, and Marilyn Manson had a fucking baby, but it was much heavier.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm gonna have to
I
check
wouldn't
it
have
out.
expected that. Yeah.
No, from them.
From them.
Code Orange.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's interesting.
Maybe it's the description. That's because I'm with you. It seems
really
surprising.
they always have like, especially more lately. I feel in the last couple of years they've had more new metal-esque elements. Like I was always joking that they were trying to be the main song you'd hear on VampireFreaks.com.
I haven't stayed current on.
I have
so
not.
I always said it's like, oh, a new Matrix movie's coming out, so a bunch of bands really wanted to be on the soundtrack.
I feel like you listen to a lot of
New
new
metal.
stuff all the time. Oh, new metal. But yeah, but like I feel like you're always listening to like brand new shit, which
Trying
is
to.
impressive to me because it's exhausting. Like I texted you guys the other day. I finally got into End, and they're they're
fucking
in my
rule.
world right now.
Yeah, they fucking rule.
But like I just hadn't gotten around to
They're
it.
coming around with Full of Hell. But like I actually did comedy at the Guitar Player's studio in Connecticut like years ago. The guy Greg, he had Silver Bullet Studios. He had this cool studio. They did comedy because like the current guitar player of La Dispute was also doing stand-up comedy. So they put this,
Okay.
Is he still?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in fucking years. He's not like an original guitar player, but I met him doing the comedy, and he's like, oh yeah, my buddy's having the show, and then he's also because Greg
They
is
put
also
on a good show. Have you seen
La
La
Dispute?
Dispute live?
No, I never have.
I always pronounced it La Dispute. I'm wrong.
You fucking weird.
I think that's not anything.
Okay.
But
Or is it
actually,
Touche Amore?
Touche Amore, I think, right?
Amore?
It's
See,
Amore?
I don't know. Oh, I don't
Why
know.
not?
I've never actually heard it said out loud.
Then why not La Dispute?
Well, they're
Dis-
they're different bands, but actually that may be
Yeah, different words don't always work the same
That
fucking
does-
way.
does actually
Shakespeare.
make La Dispute does actually make more sense because if is it supposed to be Spanish?
I have no fucking idea.
Do you know the guy? Can you ask him?
I haven't talked to him in a while, and he wasn't the original member. So
just hit him up,
Yeah, all right.
no context, to be like, hey, how's it said?
how does it said? Yeah, all right.
Send me a voice
I
note.
want to know how to say fucking La Dispute.
Dude,
I'm saying La Dispute from now on.
who puts on a good show? I just saw not metal, but kind of comes. Do you know Amigo the Devil?
Fuck yeah, Amigo Devil rules.
Dude. Okay, so I saw him without the band a few years ago. Okay, you're gonna tell. Okay, you have beef with him.
No, I was gonna say.
That was the face where he's
I
like,
always-
oh well.
Whenever I hear of them, in my brain they're like the heavy metal Gogol Bordello.
Okay, that's
Am I wrong?
well, yeah, but
Okay, go
you're
ahead.
what?
No, I don't know. Amigo the Devil. I'm just like, oh, it's like a. Go ahead.
I mean,
Does
it
kind
does
of rhymes.
It does come like so. It's like that like gothic country.
Well, he was like a death metal guy.
Yeah. What was that? What band was he in?
I don't remember, but I think
I
he's just
forget.
like he's like,
It
what if
was
I just made
like-
the lyrics like a folk song?
Should I Google it?
What?
Should I Google?
Yeah. Look up.
Sure.
I can't. I'm gonna be mad that I can't remember what the band was, but yeah, Danny, the Amigo, the Devil, comes from like a really well-known metal band.
Not well enough
or,
for
like,
us to
scene
remember.
But dude, it was so fucking good. So I
Yeah.
just saw him like maybe a week or two ago,
In New York?
Yeah, at Williamsburg Music Hall. And
Napalm Death there.
dude, it was so because I'd seen him without the band, and it was one of the best shows I'd ever seen. Cried multiple times. And then this time was with the band, and I thought that like trying to add band to like some of the already established songs would fuck it up, and it was so good, dude. Oh, it was so good.
Something about his voice is so interesting.
It doesn't say anything.
Okay, look up Danny. Like, so where's?
Oh, the old people are trying to use phones.
I'm so old.
It is Grandpa trying to figure out a phone.
My modern rap reference was Migos and Yachty.
All right, well, it's not on there.
Although Steven Adler's mentioned.
What?
Why is Steven Adler mentioned?
Anyways.
Yeah, great show though. That's like a whole interesting scene though. It is like a lot of people that like seem to come from metal and like hardcore.
It's just like old metalheads who are just like, I'm a little tired.
Like singing along to banjos. Yeah. It's
that shit rules.
Awesome.
Like when I discovered him, I was like, because I actually had the idea of like, oh, what if he just took all the dark lyrical elements, stuff metal, but then made it so we could actually hear what the fuck they were talking about and tell a story.
I've never listened to like lyrics where I'm like, man, I should call him. Just make sure he's okay. Yeah, I'm sure he's got somebody there for him, but just in case. So good. I don't know.
What are you looking for?
I don't even know what can't find anything. He named his album Born Against. That's a
all right,
band.
That's one factoid.
That's
do you want to keep
cool. You got more for us?
Born Against is a punk band I like.
That's your Facebook status. Don't put anything in there, okay, Grandpa?
Yeah.
We gotta wind down. We're at time here.
Hey, if anybody knows what band this dude was in, leave it in the comments.
If you're better at Googling than Neil, just let us know.
Yeah, what did you
who
Google?
Danny was
the Devil?
in.
I did Amigo the Devil, and then I did Amigo the Devil, what band was in.
Well,
and it just said Amigo the Devil.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like you come back to the beginning. Hell yeah. Wrap up. I don't know. I'm going to Baltimore,
nice.
Austin, and Portland in the next month or so.
Oh, you going to Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's fucking sick. I want to go back there so badly.
Portland, Maine, or Portland, Oregon?
Oregon.
Do you pronounce it Oregon or Oregon? Or Oregon?
Oregone.
Or
Oregano.
Oregano.
Fucking Christ. Well, follow me at Metal Pete Comedy. I'll have all my dates.
Pete's on his Instagram looking to see where he's going to be.
No, not my Instagram. It's my notes. But I'll be in Providence a bunch next month. That'll be fun. And then all over the place. I'm doing Rock Bar next month. This is a gay bar.
No.
That should be interesting.
Here?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, how are you doing it? You're just gonna
I'm just gonna perform there.
Fuck everyone in the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the whole
I'm
bar.
gonna fucking just run trains on everybody.
Yeah.
Solo trains.
Shots on me. I mean, literally, do your shots.
I like that one.
Go.
Womp womp. Where are you gonna be? Oh, you just
I
said.
just said it. You were there.
Yeah, I was here.
Where are you going?
Everywhere, always.
Why are you always like this?
What do you mean?
Just say the thing that we said.
NeoRubinstein.com, please. Thank you. I'm gonna be
Thank
on
you.
tour.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye, Gracie.